In this video, I'd like to talk about the math question of the day for Friday, May 26th, 2023. And with this problem, we are given two different functions, and we need to write f of g of x as an expression in terms of x. So we are dealing with composite functions, which will usually be taught in a pre-calculus class. So at this point, go ahead and pause the video, see if you can work through this on your own. And when you're ready, unpause the video and we can go through this together. Now, assuming that you have attempted the problem, let's start working through this. And with composite functions, there are a couple different ways to write it. You could see it with this f little circle g, which means f of g of x. Or you could see it with the more standard function notation where we have the outer function f and the function g of x is the input to that function f. So either way you write it, these are equivalent. But the general idea is that g will be our inner function. So for this outer function f of x, anywhere we see an x, we will replace it with this entire function g of x. Or in other words, we will substitute in for x in f of x this expression 18 minus 3x. So let's actually do that, and I'll just rewrite it as f of g of x, but for g of x, that is just 18 minus 3x. So again, in this top function, anywhere we see x, we will replace it with 18 minus 3x. So in the numerator, we have 2 minus x, but that's now 18 minus 3x. And one piece of advice, I do strongly encourage you when you are substituting to place whatever you're substituting in parentheses. And that way you can remember to distribute this negative sign since you're subtracting this entire expression. And in the denominator, we have x, which again is this 18 minus 3x, and plus 1. Now, in the denominator, it doesn't really make a difference because we have a plus sign here, since this is a positive number, but it's a good habit to be in, regardless. Now, let's simplify everything. We have 2 minus 18, which is negative 16. And we are also subtracting negative 3x, which is the same as adding 3x. And in our denominator, we have 18 minus 3x plus 1. So we can combine like terms. 18 plus 1, that is 19. And we can subtract 3x from that. So this expression here is our f of g of x. This is our composite function written as an expression in terms of x. Now, if you do want a way to check this, you could evaluate this numerically. Let's say we want to set x equal to 1. Then we can evaluate f of g of 1. We can do g of 1 first. That's 18 minus 3, which is 15. So we have f of 15. And plug in 15 in there. We get 2 minus 15 over 15 plus 1. So this is negative 13 over 16. And we can also try it in our new expression, which we think is the composite function f of g of x. We can plug in x equal to 1 here. So we have f of g of 1. And that would be minus 16 plus 3, which would be minus 13. And we're dividing by 19 minus 3 times 1, or 19 minus 3, which is 16. So we get the same expression. This just helps us feel confident that this is in fact the correct answer.